Oh, morning all. Just come back from my physioing on my legs, so not great success, but getting better slightly. One thing gets better, another thing twings or twangs or whatever it does. But anyway, I'm still there, but you can rest assured that I'm in good hands because we've got the Reuton Rottweiler dealing with any exercise you might have, but now he's branched out. He's a guidance counsellor for affairs with the young. So he's giving advice now at the gym, and everybody's revelling in it. I don't know what to say. He used to be such a nasty bastard. Remembrance Day has been and gone. Really sad on it's Sunday, but managed to do a few chasers for absent friends. And Bramall did a lovely service at the memorial. Amazing how many people died in such a small village. Anyway, we had the Boy Scouts parading, four different groups. And you know, the common denominator with all of them was that they had dirty shoes. Even the scoutmasters, uncreased trousers, dirty shoes. How difficult is it to teach people at that age a bit of pride? When you talk of pride, look at Jeremy Corbyn. What example is that? Remembrance service, no poppy on his jacket, wearing an anorak. How can we expect kids to show any respect when you got leaders appearing like that? I shouldn't be allowed out. With all the burbling and moaning I do about heroes and no respect, I forgot my own father. There he is. There's his medals. There's his photo. There's his commando badge. He was a commando, and he was in so many incidents, as his medals show, that they made a few films of the incidents. But one in particular that wasn't really shown was when him and a few friends, and they use the term lightly, nicked a train in northern Africa and drove it, none of them with any train driving knowledge and certainly no knowledge of how to stop it, at full speed through German lines, and got away with it. Now there's a hero, so we can't forget it again. I've moved his plaque from the side where it was to behind me, so he's there every time now. Just got to show you really what a load of bollocks some newspaper headlines are. I had a panic the other day. Oh, excuse me. The Daily Mail. Headlines. Fish prices up, out of control and all that. And when you look, they're going up 4%. So if you buy 100 quid's worth, you pay an extra £4. Well, I tell you, I lost a night's sleep on that one till I read the article. Well, are things looking up? The police want the rules changed on stop and search so they can stop and search more people. Well, this photo was taken a long time before this headline. And surely that wasn't reasonable suspicion to search that lot. But you can see the point. So they don't need more powers. They've got them already. You just tell lies. You just say anything and search them. Now that's similar to the breathalyzer. Remember that when they said they needed reasonable suspicion to stop a driver before they could breathalyze him? When they used to sneak up behind the car and break the tail light and all that. Well, we did. So it's an absolute load of nonsense. Get on with it and do your job. Well, this chap is described as shameless police chief Gonçalo Amaral. He's the Portuguese police chief, or ex, who was dealing with the Madeleine McCann investigation, and he's written a book on what he sees as the truth of the situation. It's called The Truth of the Lie, and he's had trouble getting it published in this country. But if you go to this website, has interpreted it, and it shows quite clearly that there is serious suspicion on the McCann's evidence, and that Madeleine probably died in the apartment and they concealed the death. They've had a dog skilled in finding bodies find traces behind the sofa, which may indicate that she fell off the back of the sofa looking out of the window. And they found traces in a wardrobe, which shows she may have been concealed in the wardrobe. And a car, which went missing for 23 days, hire car, was found to have traces in the boot. Now, it's a very sensitive subject, and the police, in accepting another 150 grand to sit there in the sun, must have now a firm opinion that there could be some real truth in this, and whatever they're now supposed to be doing is an absolute load of fiction. This photo says it all, doesn't it? It's the Chief Constable of Dorset Constabulary, and his name is James Vaughan. I think he proves there if you can't fight, wear a big hat. But anyway, he's come out with another basic headline. We may only be able to offer a basic service if the cuts continue. Well, this is a force that has more staff than actual constables. Can you believe that? And then what he deems as a basic service has got to be questioned, because he's just had a situation where a young girl, Gaia Pope, was seriously sexually assaulted by a man who was then to be released from prison. So she told Dorset police that she was in grave danger and needed protection. And of course they ignored her. And what happened? She was murdered. Well, the basic service failed there, didn't it? So if you're in fear of your life, it's not serious enough in Dorset. Well done, boys. Onwards and upwards. We have another county force that could be easily absorbed into something bigger that knows what it's doing. Again, the Chief Constable moans about budget cuts, and what happens? They're all in the nick because they don't patrol the streets, and a police van, a Vauxhall Vivaro, whatever that may be, was stolen from the police yard. Can't get your breath, can you? A little burp there, had a Guinness in the Davenport Arms. Very nice too. Anyway, they had the van nicked. Unbelievable. Seen weaving its way down the road. Well, onwards and upwards. Well, here's a sorry tale. This is notorious prisoner, as worded in The Sun, Charles Bronson. Now he's locked up forever as it is, but he tried to keep his wedding photos in his cell. Apparently he's married to an ex-Corrie star. But the governor, being shitty for no reason at all probably, decided he couldn't. So Bronson gets hold of him, gets him down, allegedly to bite off his nose, shouting, "I'll bite off your effing nose," before he was dragged off by God knows how many guards. And he's at court now for this assault, serious assault on the governor. But of course he's got a perfect defence. He's told the court he's vegetarian and wouldn't dream of it. Well, that sounds all right, doesn't it? Should be a quick not guilty. Before I go, I just thought I'd mention this little charity, Wrap Up Manchester. Now you see it, and it's a nice coloured leaflet. Just let me show you. Yeah. And you think, well, that's splendid, isn't it? Of course, I've done helping the homeless for ages at Audacious Church, and we're always looking at clothes. And what are they doing? They're asking for clothes. Initially to be dropped off at Piccadilly Station, and then about 6 other sites around Manchester. Well, it warms the cockles of your heart, doesn't it? Until you actually read the leaflet. You can only drop your clothes off at Piccadilly Station on the 12th to the 14th of November. And these other drop spots on the back of the leaflet between the 12th and the 23rd of November. And then when you've done that, everybody else around Manchester will freeze the balls off because they've got no clothes. It's winter. So it's not even during the cold months. What can you do, these people? I think they're doing a charity. They're doing no good at all unless they're going to put their backs into it and do it every day, every week, every month. You know, pathetic. Anyway, that's me. Night all.